What's up, everyone?
Good morning.
Good morning.
Robin's got a new listing coming. That's exciting.
I am excited. I was surprised. Nice phone call. Of course, there aren't many comps to look at. There's like one closed comp in the last year in that neighborhood.
We'll have to help you look it up. How's everyone else this morning? I don't see many bright, shining faces. I got Renee's in the office. Sarah's in the field. Larry's in his house. Good morning, Nicole. Good morning, Wendy. Good morning, Jacob.
Good morning.
How are you, Miss McBroom?
I'm doing good. Sorry, I keep having like meetings at 8 a.m., but I was like, I could go on Tuesday, so I'm excited.
I like it. Tuesdays are my favorite days. You guys know why Tuesdays are my favorite days? Because I get to see you. What do we got going on? What's good in your life? Larry, tell us something good.
Well, it's my birthday today. How about that?
Well, happy birthday, Larry.
Happy birthday.
Thank you.
Happy birthday.
Happy birthday, Larry.
Thanks, everybody. Still looking for a house for my $500,000 buyer, but not much coming on the market as I've laid out in Tanque Verde Valley. So watching day by day. All I have to do is find the right house. They're ready to pull the trigger.
That's all you can ask for. So hopefully we can find it. $500,000 buyer. Larry's got a seller, or Larry's got a buyer. You get a seller. Go start door knocking. Get some houses.
Gonna have to here pretty soon. I talked to a client of mine that lives over there. Put them on the alert. Anybody you see here, any signs you see coming soon, anything like that. They actually gave me a lead on a coming soon. I'm supposed to be getting information on that today from the broker.
I like it. Fingers crossed. How about the rest of you faceless people? Huh?
Nobody ever takes the cue, you know?
Nobody ever. I guess they just had a long Monday and just couldn't turn their camera on. They're just like, I don't feel like it today.
Oh, sorry. There we go.
There's Cindy. There's Samantha.
I'm getting ready.
We all know Jennifer's at work because she's sneaky like that, has her phone out and her listener earphones. Good morning, Miss Mara.
Hello, sir.
How are you?
Fine, thank you.
How's the week going, guys? What can we focus on and help you out today? Where do you feel like you've got a gap in your day?
Gap.
You guys are all just in the middle of something. I love Samantha's shirt. Ms. Davis coming with the awesomeness there. Good morning, Stormy. Well, this is a slow start. The energy is good. Are you guys scared to talk today?
Yeah, you are supposed to get that script call.
Stormy, tell good morning to Ashley.
Oh yeah, I forgot to mute. You're unmuted.
Oh, hi.
All right. Well, let's focus around the things that we can build our business on today, and that's care calls. Who's been doing your care calls lately? Two of you, Stormy, Mara. I love it. Mara, what's it been like lately? I know we did care calls when the February 1st came around and COVID started rearing its ugly head. We've kind of been in that world for the last couple of months. How are your care calls now? What are you seeing?
Well, actually, because of the number of people I have in my database, I've actually gone back through to try to find people that I never talked to before. So my script is kind of similar in that just, hey, touching base with folks during this unusual time, making sure you're doing okay, and just kind of having the same basic talk, seeing where people are, reminding them, obviously, that if they know someone that can help, please let me know. So just always asking for the business, even if it feels awkward.
That's one thing I know that you've been pushing through. And how's that working out for you?
Good. I mean, there's no point in making the call if you don't ask. I can't put it down as a contact if I didn't make the ask. So,
Right. Real estate conversations are easy to have. You just got to ask questions about real estate. You want to know a really easy question you can weave into a care call that's going to be a real estate based question?
how are you doing in your house?
What changes are you going to make to your house next year? Then it's kind of a sneaky deaky, like, well, we're going to do this or that. And then you can find out some motivations. If someone says, we're going to put an addition on the backyard, and doesn't that like pique your interest as to, I wonder why? What's making you guys do that? Well, we need more room. And then what? Why spend the money on the addition when you can sell your house and go buy another one, get even better for less money? Or do you feel confident having the conversations? Why don't you just rent your house out so you have a positive cash flow and then utilize that leverage and go buy another house that fits your styles and needs? Creating investors. We had that class a few weeks ago, right? Turning your clients into investors. I can tell you that having an investor is helpful because when you can close 3 to 5 deals a year from one person, that changes your portfolio a little bit. Good morning, Teresa. Good morning, Annette.
Good morning, Dan.
Buenos dias.
Buenos dias.
You know, if I could just say really quick on the investor note, like right after the decline in 2008, my husband and I flipped about 1,000 homes in the Phoenix metro area because of that. And it was because we met investors with extremely deep pockets. So not to say that we're going to go on a decline in any capacity now, given the situation, but just to piggyback off of what Dan said, it's always nice to know people with money.
Let's just say you come across a great deal and you've got somebody who's got a little bit of equity in their home. Is that a valid conversation to have? Hey, Ms. Mara, it's Big Dan over Keller Williams. I was actually scouring over some deals and I found a house that might be perfect for you. You could rent out yours, buy this one, and your payment between the two would probably be less than what you're paying now. Would you want me to send you over the information?
Yeah, definitely.
Does that not pique interest? Doesn't that like, Mara's gonna be like, hubby, guess what happened? Dan called and they found a house. It'd be perfect for us. We can rent this one out and blah, blah, blah. Right? It starts a conversation. That's what you want. Real estate contacts are to start a conversation. Very rarely are you going to pick up the phone and go, hey, Renee, it's Big Dan Call with Keller Williams. Do you want to buy a house? And she's going to go, actually, yeah, I was going to call you today. Usually they come out of the blue. You've been reaching out, like Renee was talking about yesterday in our PC call. You've been reaching out to somebody for years, and they're responsive sometimes, and other times they don't respond, they don't answer, they don't text back, and then all of a sudden, out of the blue, hey, are you still in real estate? Can you help us sell our house?
Right.
Does it happen?
Yep.
When you guys find investors, I want you to start changing your reticular activating system, your RAS, and go out there and find people that are looking to build an empire. The onesie, twosies, threesy people, those people are building an empire for themselves. You know, owning one house is the American dream. Owning 2 houses is very scary to some people. Think about that. This is, you know, a true to life story. On Sunday, I'm sitting on my couch. I had just dropped my kid back off to his mom's, and I was a little down in the glumps because I was giving him back a little early. And then I got a call from my investor, actually a text. Hey, what's the after repair value on this property? I look it up real quick. I get back to her. She's all, cool. You think we can buy it for 106,000? I was like, I can call the agent and find out. Called the agent, talked to her. This is the one that gave me all the information. Actually, she said, you think we can get it for 100 grand, 10,000 off. So I called the agent, made friends. She told me everything. I got back to my sellers and said, the number you need to beat is 105. Well, she's like, good. The most I'm going to do is 106. I was like, you're going to do 106? All right. You want me to write the offer? She's like, yeah, I'll do it. Sight unseen, cash deal, closes in a couple of days. Called the listing agent, said, hey, I got an offer coming over to you. Check your email. Under contract 4 hours later. The goal here is to get the house flipped and back on the market in 30 days. That's 2 sales. If I pick up the buyer, that's a potential third side. Because I made a friend that happens to want to start building an empire, and all that started with was the very first deal. She called me up, or actually somebody tagged me on Facebook. Someone's like, hey, who knows an agent that can help me with the value of a house? I got tagged along with 90 other agents. Because you guys all know it's Facebook. And as soon as someone says, I need a realtor, bam, it's like sharks in the water. You got blood. And then all of a sudden, I get tagged the second time. She reaches out to me directly, sends me a message, and I respond with the actual, I send her the information. Didn't even ask any questions, just send her the information. She calls me up and says, hey, do you got time to meet? I'd love to meet you. And I've done 6 deals with her in a year. And this is a lady who did not have any money. Her and her husband have a construction company that was kind of failing, and they just trying to switch it up a little bit. They have an investor named Bob, never met him. I just know his name is Bob. I think Bob's an acronym for a big old bank. And Bob just throws money at situations. I like Bob because Bob just says yes and gives them cash. And then we go on market, we list their house, we sell it, everything is good. But it all started with one conversation. It all started with me asking, what are you looking to do? What are your goals this year? And we met during the remodel of the office here in March. So that's 6 deals in 8 months, 6 months, 7 months, whatever the math is, mathing, it's difficult. So let's get your mindset around it. What are your goals for your house, or what are you going to do for your house in 2021? That opens up a lot of conversation. What are you going to change about your house in 2021? Start asking questions. It'll get some information out so that you can utilize it. If someone says, nothing, we're happy with it. How long you lived there? Start finding, do equity conversations. If someone's been in their house for 15 years, do you think they're in an equity position? They bought it back in 2005 and the market was right.
Anybody 15 years into a loan has equity.
Right? So the scripting aspect of that is around the mindset of changing an owner into an investor. And it's as simple as saying, you know that you could probably sell your house and use the equity to buy 2 properties, and the combined payment between the 2 would probably be less than you're paying now when you factor in the rent. What does a normal property manager cost?
10%.
7%.
10%. The rest of you who don't know that, you need to know that. I'm gonna ask again, what's an average property manager cost?
I thought it was 7.
It might be Stormy if you get a deal. But 10%, because if someone says, I don't want to deal with being a landlord, that's when you said, that's okay. That's why we have property management companies that will help you, and it's only going to cost about 10% of the rent.
I got a question.
I got an answer.
All right. So on that same topic, because it's very interesting, how do you get a first-time person that's going to, so in other words, they own a home, they've been in it for whatever, the average 7 years maybe. There's equity in it. They had a cool down payment. How do you get them from that to, hey, rent your house out, can you include that future rent that you're going to collect when you're trying to qualify for a loan?
Oh yeah,
I didn't know that. Oh.
absolutely.
So then keep talking about it.
If I can touch one soul a day, just like I did with Stormy right there, my job is done. It's going to excite you to get out there. But no, you can absolutely talk to your lending professionals. If you don't know who Steve Lemons is at Fairway, make a phone call, introduce yourself. He's a bald man like myself, and you can trust him. Bald in the beard, right? It's the reverse Abe Lincoln. Make a contact with a lending professional and have those conversations. Because you can take somebody who has some equity in a house. If they got 23.5% equity, can you buy another home and an investment property? Why did I say 23.5%? 20% for the investment property, 3.5% for a new FHA loan that they're going to go live in. Or if they've lived in their house for at least 6 months and they've got 3.5% down towards the purchase price of the home they want to buy, they can rent out the house that's the FHA loan, move into another one with the FHA and pay 3.5% down.
Are there any contingency? Is there any contingencies? I mean, what kind of
6 months. The downside to doing that is you still retain your primary mortgage insurance, your PMI, which is $100 or $150 more a month, so that it takes away from your cash flow. That's why investment properties that are true investment properties are 20% down. You avoid the PMI, you have a conventional loan. The rates are a tidbit higher than normal conventional. However, you have 20% just been of that sale price added to your net worth.
If you were living in a home and it was like just your primary residence, and then like you're saying they go buy another home and then turn that one into a rental, does it keep the same like residential interest rate, or
Yes.
does it?
The one you're staying in, yes.
Unless you refinance.
No, the one that you're renting out, does then it go because it's like an investment property?
No, the loan's going to stay the same.
Oh, okay, cool.
Yeah, the one you're living in now, home 1 or home A, if you refinance it, it changes things. But home A, if you've been living there for at least 6 months, even if it's an FHA, VA, USDA, any conventional loan that is not down payment assistance, I repeat, is
Okay.
not down payment assistance, you can live there for 6 months, if it's a $300,000 house, you have the other, $10,500 cash down, and you go buy a $300,000 house, you rent out house A. House B is just another residential purchase that you bought with an FHA, and the rates are super good.
Gotcha.
Caution on, but also advise them that the one they're going to rent out, they need to change their insurance plan. It's no longer their primary residence.
Yes, it becomes a rental. But that's on the finance side of it. The rates, that's the best way to do it. But having those conversations with people, if people got credit card debt, housing debt or credit card debt, clothing debt, automotive debt beyond the house, and they've got $200,000-$300,000 in equity, and they want to move up to a bigger house, you can take them from a $250,000 house, make $60,000 in profit or $70,000 in profit. They pay off some of their debts, go buy another house that's bigger, maybe $300,000-$400,000. And their payments are the same if you factor in what they're paying on their credit cards or the car loan or anything like that. It's all absorbed after you pay off the other one. Is that not another conversation to create wealth with people? Times like this, when things are not flying at you, you need to be a hunter. And you got to understand how to call your prey. I don't want you guys get in the mindset of prey and hunter, but that's the thing, is we really do. You have to go hunt deals out. Think about it this way. You are a wolf that is hunting a lamb to snuggle. You got to go protect that lamb. You got to go take care of that lamb and give that lamb a new home. But you got to find that lamb first before another wolf does. And that wolf may not want to snuggle him. Dick like that. It was the beautiful analogy. I hope you guys are all picturing a wolf snuggling a lamb. You're welcome.
Mm-hmm.
But that's the thing, is when we create conversations around people, and it's a bold law, people grow into the conversations you have around them. You guys don't see that there's usually a method to my madness in the mornings that are around a bold law. The fundamental truths that we have proven to be evident, not self-evident, because that's the immaculate. I can't even say it. Another Abe Lincolnism. But have conversations. Pick up the phone and ask me. What's your goal? What's your dreams? If you can change anything about your house next year, what would it be? Who do you think is not going to answer that question with a positive for you? You may find out they hate their neighbor. Raise your hand if you've ever hated your neighbor. You should love thy neighbor. It's a law. That's a trick question. But
Can I
that's the
add
thing.
one?
Go ahead, Teresa.
Another conversation, because that's applicable to two of the people I've been talking to. One's retired, and he's looking at now buying a duplex or a triplex and living in one and renting the other out as additional retirement income. So that's another type of investing. And then the other guy that I'm working with, he actually cashed in his whole 401k because he wants to invest in real estate because he thinks it's going to be a lot better investment than the stock market. So that's another conversation. Real estate is usually, a much better investment than the stock market.
I'm gonna sum that up. You can't Bernie Madoff somebody's house.
Good guy like that.
For those of you who don't know what I'm talking about, do a quick Google search when we get off this call. You'll laugh then.
I froze up.
That's Bernie, right?
Yeah. Can't Bernie Madoff somebody's house. Now, Teresa's client there was a deal in Sierra Vista that you could buy a fourplex, 4 doors, 4 units with an FHA loan because it qualified. So you could come in with 3.5% down as a first-time home buyer, utilizing the rent for the other 3 units and qualify for a 4-unit complex as your very first purchase.
That's a good deal.
They call house hacking. You want to live without a house payment? Get someone else to pay it for you. Most people don't want to live with a shared wall. Just saying. You had a hard enough time with kids and your sisters and brothers growing up. You didn't want to share a room or share a wall. There's always yelling and fighting. People don't want to do that as adults. However, what could you do with an extra $2,000 a month?
Buy more beer.
Buy more beer. Lots more beer. Depending on the sale, you could probably get 600 cases of beer.
Oh,
all the beer. All right, let's give it a shot. Who wants to muster up the conversation of creating investments out of buyers and sellers? You want to give it a ring?
Ring, ring.
Hey, Stormy.
Hey, what up, Big Dan? It's just
How you been, man?
Good. How you been?
Ah, dude. Right now, it's been tough.
Yeah, no, I hear you, man. I hear you with everything that's going on, and it is tough for a lot of people. It's also a good opportunity for a lot of people too.
What do you mean?
What I mean by that is that it's a good time to buy a home, capitalize on low interest rate, capitalize on being able to buy more of a home, and maybe thinking about investing, renting out, possibly buying another home, maybe an investment property. I know you got a couple buddies that do construction, right?
Yeah.
Right on, man. Me too. I got a guy that he learned how to do construction in Singapore, so he works like 24 hours a day. He has yeah, really, man. He has three shifts, 3 8-hour shifts of 3 different groups of guys that go in and they finish the job working 24 hours a day, man, at low prices.
That's awesome.
Yeah. So, but anyways, I thought I'd throw that out there and just let you know we did just help Eddie Padilla, who's a correction officer. become a first-time investor. He actually moved into a triplex. He lives in one unit and rents the other two out. When the gem show was here, he took advantage of that and was actually renting rooms out about $800 a week for about 3 months straight. Yeah. And these are three bedroom units. So he's making $2,400 probably every 2 weeks when the gem show's around.
That's awesome.
Yeah. Well, right on, man. So if anything, you know what I mean? We can talk more about it by sitting down face to face instead of over the phone. I can have my lender come in. We can write some numbers down. It makes more sense if we write it down.
Okay, maybe. Let me talk to the wife.
All right, cool, man. I'll follow up with you in a couple days.
Sounds good, Stormy. Thanks for the call.
Later.
All he does is just plants a seed. That's what you want to hear. Let me talk to the boss, right? You get one party that's interested, and then you follow up in a couple of days. Hey, Stormy, it's Big Dan. I'm guessing you didn't get around to talking to the boss on that rental opportunity we were talking about. How are things going? And they just follow up. Oh, man, I didn't, but I will today. I promise. Be able to create conversations that plant seeds in real estate. You can take somebody who has no, and I do mean no, zero, absolutely nothing, nil, zitch, double goose eggs, desire to do anything in real estate and get them thinking.
Stop it.
When you give them a win. Because people want to know what's in it for me. What's in it for me? When you tell somebody, hey, this guy was making $2,400 a week. What? Man, my brain did quick math. That's like 10 grand a month. That's like good money. That's like I can pay my house off fast. But it's be able to have conversations around those lines where you're like, listen, hey, you know what? I know you're probably not looking to make any kind of moves right now. I understand that. I was just thinking, did you know that you could rent your house out and probably have a $300 or $400 a month positive cash flow and go buy a bigger home and keep your payments about the same? What? Yeah, because right now the interest rates are super low. Notice how I had my tone really low and Stormy matched it. And he still was able to get some kind of, seed planted and then moved on. Took him a minute and a half. Can you guys invest a minute and a half in everyone on your phone? Plant some seeds out there. Johnny Appleseed your way to a huge career. I'm going to throw one analogy at you. We're going to wrap up to that. Has anyone ever farmed? Right? A couple people. You dig holes in the ground. You get the earth perfect. You till the soil. You're out there in the heat and the sun, getting hot and sweaty. You're digging holes. And you're putting these little tiny things in the ground, little seeds, tiny little seeds, sometimes one at a time, sometimes in batches, sometimes in rows, but just little tiny seeds. And then you cover them up and you water them every now and again, not every day, just whenever. And all of a sudden that little seed sprouts, becomes something, a plant, a tree, a bush. Let's say the orange grows and they grow into a massive orange tree over years and years and years. You don't get anything out of that tree 5, 10 years, but you've been watering it, you've been nurturing it, you've been taking care of that tree for a decade. And now it starts to bear fruit. Now every year, you have so much fruit, you have to give some of it away. That's real estate, folks. You got to till the earth. You got to scrounge up your plot of land. You got to make sure that you're going to invest time in making the environment right. It's up here. You're going to plant seeds. You're going to plant seeds. Sadie just walked in and looked at me like, I'm on the call. You got to plant seeds that will grow into trees that will fruit. Those are referral opportunities. Those are investors. Those are past and previous clients. And in enough time, if you have done enough work and you have successfully nurtured and cultivated the earth and taken care of that tree, it will harvest forever. And then you will be so busy, you will have to give business away. Go start planting some seeds, guys.
I have a question.
I have an answer.
Where can we learn more of investment?
It's in a book. Read. A great book.
A book called Hold.
Book called Hold. Do you want to learn more about flips? Guess what? It's a book called Flip. If you don't have these 6 books, you ain't living right. Don't just own them, read them, study them. The answers to everything you're looking for have been written down. We don't need to spend time figuring it out. We need to research it. We need to ask questions, and we need to go find the information. Read this one first. Read this one second.
If you go to Keller Inc. website, they have resources also, calculation sheets, different things that goes with the books. It's really nice, and you can download it. It's really nice.
That was kellerinc.com, KELLERINK.com. The books that we provide to our clients, like I know that Teresa's given out Hold and Flip to some clients.
Mm-hmm.
You want to change somebody's world, give them the information to make themselves wealthy and then support them in it. Guess what? You just fast-tracked that tree a few years. It's going to bear fruit a lot faster than when you got to plant from a seed. I hope you guys pictured that. I caught you all with the farming thing. You thought I was talking real estate farming. You guys didn't know that. I grew up country boy. I know how to run farms. I may be just a pretty slitty slicker, but I do have some dusty boots. Well, guys, I can't wait to hear your wins tomorrow. If you have not voted, please go do so.
Voted early.
Voted early.
Make sure that you let your voice count, regardless of what side of the line you stand on. I support your decisions. I support you because you're part of my family, and I love every one of you for it. Happy Purple Shirt Tuesdays. Go out there, plant some trees. Be awesome. Do you need it right now?
No, I don't have time right now.
All right, text me, let me know. I'll make up some time for you.
Yeah, just later. They just want to see a net sheet, and I want to make sure I do it right, but I don't have time to do it right now, so I'll do it.
Titlesecurity.com. It's really awesome. Do it, and I will show you later.
I've done it. I just want to make sure I do it right.
Easy.
Talking about investors, I just got an email. I was doing research for one of mine late last night. So he's like, he wants to see everything I sent him. So yeah, it's going to be a busy day. So I'm excited.
Game on.
Busy too. All done.
Hey, Teresa, what kind of investor you have? I need someone that's looking to buy an apartment complex.
I can talk to him because he does want to buy some commercial. Yeah. Send me the information, Stormy.
Okay.
Teresa_Zizak@kw.com.
I won't remember that.
Oh,
Text it in the chat real quick.
okay.
Dan, real estate lawyer.
Real estate lawyer.
Do you have one that you use or that you're aware of?
Gotta go.
Met a guy, I've never used him. I'm trying to remember his name.
Carrie Sylvan is a very good real estate attorney.
Say again.
Carrie, Keri Sylvan. It's Sylvan and something Associates.
KERRI.
I think it's KERI. I don't know how many R's. It's SYLVAN.
Yeah, I've got Jeff Brief. I met his mom.
What's the last name?
Brief, BREIF, or Brief. If you're German, it's Brief. If you're English, it's Brief.
Cool. Thank you. That's a total of 3 that I have, then 2 here and 1 from another source. So I got a client that's got rental property, and of course they're foreigners. So I don't think they quite understand the whole COVID rules thing right now, but that's up to a lawyer and them, not me.
I just got a message. Happy birthday, Larry.
Thank you very kindly. It's just another day. It's just a number.
And if
I
you
know,
guys
I
haven't
tried to ignore
done
mine
so,
too.
if you got Larry in your databases, you need to go add his birthday so that you know these things. That's the first thing I did when he said, "Hey, today's my birthday." I pulled up my contacts, I added his birthday. This is how you get people's information, and this is how next year you wow him with, "Oh my God, you remembered!" And he's like, "It's just another day."
Thank you. Thanks for the contact card, Dan.
You're welcome. I've never talked to him. I just met his mom. I met his mom.
Okay. I want to give my client 3 names. Let them do their own research.
There you go. Awesome, guys. Well, thank you so very much. Hope you have a wonderful and blessed day. If you can, stay away from the negativity on social media. There's going to be a ton of it. I've already seen it. But
You know, the fact that today is election day, it's like, oh, God, thank God, finally. If I see one more political ad on TV, I'm going to shoot the damn thing.
I get like 6 text messages a day now.
Yeah. Oh, it's crazy. And they're all spam.
For both sides, and they're both just outlandish.
Yeah. The stuff, just the stuff that they've made up, it's gone so far off the rails. It's sick.
The worst thing I could have done in elections is be a registered independent.
Yeah. No shit.
You get both sides are trying to sway you. You're like, nah, I'm good.
Have a good day, everybody.
Bye, guys.
Bye.